Hi everyone, how are you all doing? Before we start the video, may I please remind you all that I already released my 2025 year ahead energy reading on the community page, so please check it out for all the details over there. You can email me to book yours. It will be a recording sent to you to listen throughout the year of 2025. I break down the yearly energy theme message for you, and then month by month we'll go over, and I'll use a combination of tarot and oracle cards to review the monthly message for you. Things that you might need to pay attention, things that might come up for you, and so on and so forth. So if you're interested, all the information, details, the way to book and pay, everything is on the community page. So do check out that post, and I look forward to do all these readings and to hopefully read for some of you all. So let's begin. In this video, we are talking about November 25th to December 1st. My goodness, we're stepping into the last month of this calendar year this weekend. So this is a big week. We have Mercury retrograde. We also have the new moon of Sagittarius. So I'm going to talk about these two things all together in this video. So bear with me. Let's start with Monday. Depending where you are in the world, November 25th, 6:42 p.m. Pacific time, or in Hong Kong, it will be November 26th, 10:42 a.m. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. Mercury in Sagittarius is going to station retrograde at 22 degrees in Sagittarius. So we're definitely feeling this energy stronger today, and if you have any planets or point at 22 seconds, you're probably gonna feel it. We always tend to feel the energy stronger when the planet stations, so that is why I always mention the date and time for us to pay attention to. So all the typical Mercury retrograde things. Watch out for all the messages that you send or receive. Make sure to double, triple check your emails, your texts, your messages. Think before you speak, and watch out for the technology problems that you might encounter during this time. Make sure you back up, you have a plan B. Traffic might be a bit hectic since Mercury rules travels, and Sagittarius and Gemini both rules travel, long distance and short distance, and we are in holiday season. So for those who are planning to travel, even you're not travel, you're just traveling within your city from day to day, make sure you space out your time. Leave a little earlier, space out your schedule, make time for the possible delays, and so on and so forth. So also 6 degrees right now, by the way, is a very hot spot, because guess what? Mercury will go back, retrograde back all the way to 6 degrees station there later on in December 15 or 16, depending where you are in the world. And later next week, we will also have Mars stationing retrograde also at 6 degrees. So if you have any planets or points at 6 degrees, I will also say 5 or 7, you're definitely feeling these two planets stationing retrograde for sure. So other than all the typical Mercury retrograde things, Sagittarius is a sign that has to do with our belief system, philosophy, big picture thinking, long distance travel, and so on and so forth. So during this particular Mercury retrograde, you might also be reflecting on all these topics in your life as well. Conversations regarding these topics, thoughts and ideas regarding to these topics. Also, interesting thing is that Mercury rules Gemini, right? And Mercury is now in Sagittarius retrograde. Ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. Right now is in the sign of Gemini and retrograde. So both of them are in each other's sign, both retrograde, meaning they do have mutual reception, but they're both retrograde. So it's like imagining you going to your friend's home and your friend coming to your home, but you can't find anything because it's not your home. So you're like, where's the salt? Where's the sugar? Where is this? Where is that? And you're asking your friend, hey, where do you put your salt? Oh, I put it there. And you found it, but it's not the brand you like. And then your friend is like, ugh, I don't like your towel, it's so rough. And then you're like, no, I don't like yours. So there's this back and forth moment, you know, there's an extra back and forth, teeter-totter energy that is happening but during this Mercury retrograde. Good and bad? I don't know, but make sure you fact check, make sure don't jump to conclusion just yet. Do your research, ask a few more people, give yourself the time and space to process before you do say something that might be impulsive that you might regret later. So that's the gist of Mercury retrograde. We'll continue to talk about it as they make more aspect down the road. And on November 27th, we have the Sun in Sagittarius trining Mars in Leo. Mars at this point is not moving, is stationing. Well, it's not stationing, it's preparing to station. So it's at a standstill, not moving anymore. But this is a beautiful trine today. You can definitely feel that fiery energy because we have Sun in Sag, we have Mars in Leo. There's that extra oomph today. If you are thinking about taking a risk, you're needing a confident boost, you're needing to be brave and courageous to do something, say something, announce, debut something, or you just want that push to allow you to go and take that leap of faith and to take a risk and do something. Well, today is the day because they are trining each other, giving you that energy boost to do that thing. So if you're looking for a day to really just like, fuck it, let's just do it, this might be the day. Also, we do have Sag, so who knows, maybe a small portion of you all might be thinking, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna grab that ticket, I'm gonna skip the town and leave it, because Sagittarius is also a very adventurous sign. So today you might be just, you know what, I'm just gonna hop on the plane or book this trip, take that course and hop on this new adventure for myself. Lastly, let's talk about our new moon in Sagittarius. We're ending November with a mixed bag of energy with this new moon, but let's talk about it. It's not all bad. It's happening for us November 30th, 10:21 p.m. Pacific time, or December 1st, 2:21 p.m. Hong Kong time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. This new moon in Sagittarius is happening with the Sun and the Moon at 9 degrees in Sagittarius. This new moon is squaring Saturn, that recently stationed direct and is in Pisces right now. It's forming like a pretty loose T-square with its ruler. Jupiter, which is retrograding in Gemini, is like 8 degrees apart. So I don't really count at this point, but the energy is there, so I'm just gonna mention it. It's not a very strong T-square, but the new moon square Saturn is strong. And right now we also do have Mercury that's already retrograding in Sag. And like I said, there's this mutual reception energy happening with Jupiter in Jupiter in Gemini, which is the ruler of this new moon, and having Mercury retrograde in Sag. So all this mumbo jumbo aspect that is happening, let's break it down. This energy calls for a pause, not a very typical new moon energy. This new moon is asking us to slow down, to step back, and to go and work, have a sobering moment and reality check with the Saturn square. So let's talk about this for a moment. Sag has to do with our belief system. It talks about our big picture thinking, our philosophy, thoughts, right? Our psychology, and the belief system that we have. And during this time, Mercury is in Sag, so as we might be thinking about it, talking about it, whether this is with ourselves or with others, but it's retrograding, right? And it's also, and the ruler of this new moon is also in Gemini retrograding, and there's this square with Saturn and Pisces. So it's definitely a moment to reflect on all the belief system, all the thought patterns that you have that is supporting you up on this point. It's a moment to reflect on them and to see whether they still resonate or not, to see if they're still true or not, to see if they still support you in different areas of your life or as a whole or not. Do you surround yourself with people that align or share the same kind of belief system or not? This is also a time to reflect on your bigger picture plan, right? Is it still the same, or did they change? And remember, change is the only constant, and it's okay to change, right? The ruler of this new moon, like I said, is Jupiter right now retrograding in Gemini, is also asking us to slow down, right? To think it through. Gemini focus on the small details, the little things, right? And Sagittarius on the opposite side, focus about the big picture. So are you neglecting one of each? This is the time to stop and slow down and think about it. Are you a person that tend to be more big picture thinking and forget to think it through, to take a look at the little details, or vice versa, right? This is also a time to do that. And remember, this is also that moment to think about not just the belief system, the thought patterns, and everything that you know you believe that support you during this time, but also think about where do they come from. Are they being taught to you by your parents, your families? That's how you're brought up, or did you hear about them in school, taught by teacher, maybe your classmate? Maybe this is a belief system that you adopt from friends, from teachers, from your boss, your coworker, or whatnot, your spiritual learning and teaching. Maybe perhaps, they all come from all these different people. What about you? Which of those truly support you and resonate with you and align with the current version of you to where you want to head towards and continue your journey? Sometimes we need to pause and think for ourselves for a second and to see if all these truly resonate the current version of you and where you want to head towards, right? So this is definitely a sobering moment to perhaps to see, hey, you know what? I don't think this resonates anymore. I don't believe this is true anymore. And I don't want to buy into this anymore. This is time to let go. And for some, this can be uncomfortable. It can be uneasy. It can be hard, right? Because maybe you are letting go of something that once truly support you, or that is making you go against certain people in your life that is causing uncomfort. But also know that change is the only constant. And as you continue your journey, sometimes people come and leave because of that as well. And that is all a part of the process. So I would say during this weekend, if you do feel this feeling coming up, if you do feel you find yourself thinking about this topic, just take some moment for yourself to just go inward, slow down, and allow yourself to think it through. You do not need to make some kind of conclusion just yet. You do not need to take action just yet, but allow and give yourself that time and space to process, to think it through, to reflect. So I'm sending you all a lot of new moon blessing. And now let's take a look at our collective message. Look at our spread. From the tarot card, we have the major arcana of Sagittarius, the Temperance. Duh. And also the other character here, this time Saturn and Pisces, that is forming a square with this new moon, the Hangman. And in the middle, we have this Seven of Pentacles. So it doesn't surprise me, but it's just always wow to see these energy really show up on the cards for all of us. This is also a moment to really just take some pause, take a time to allow yourself to just surrender into all this process of thinking, of contemplating, of adjusting, because you are taking a moment to really step back and take a bigger picture, bird's eyes view look at certain parts of your life, maybe your belief system, your patterns, right? Like I said, or what you're doing right now, right? It's taking that time to see if you still want to continue, if they still support you, right? Knowing that it's not because they're bad, right? It's just that the current version of you change and they no longer support you or resonate with you. Maybe you find something new, or maybe you have not yet find something that align with you, and that is okay. Allow yourself to be in that space of in between, to move through these energies, right? Perhaps this is you thinking about if you still want to continue with this path, this job, this relationship, this belief system, way of thinking, creative project, whatever that you are having, that is happening, that is going on in your life right now. You're taking that moment to allow yourself to see things from a different perspective, from multiple perspectives, and to find that balance within yourself, to have a more fairer and more objective way of thinking. Maybe this is through you thinking about it. Maybe this is about you reaching out for help, to talk about it with other people, right? Just give yourself that time and space to see if you want to continue to invest in whatever it is, right? Like all the example that I've just shared. From the Moonology card, we have full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. And we have new moon in Gemini, think it through. Again, that polar opposite energy. How I just said, the ruler of this new moon, Jupiter is in Gemini. It's retrograding, and we do have Mercury in Sagittarius, sharing that mutual reception energy. It's being able to jump out to see the bigger picture, but not neglecting and forgetting the details as well, to think it through and see that bigger picture for yourself, right, while you navigate through the little things in life as well. This is also maybe a time marker for all of us. This is in 6 months when we have that Jupiter that full moon in Sagittarius and that new moon in Gemini season. So, oh my goodness, look at this time that is showing up for us, this timeline. Well, in 6 months in Gemini season, I can definitely tell you the world is not going to be the same. That's all I can say, because in 6 months we're going to move through very, very different energies. There's a lot that is happening for us as a collective, individually, in 2025. So in 6 months, it's definitely going to be very different. That's all I can say. So between now and then, this is a time to allow yourself to process, and you will continue to experience maybe perhaps things that is happening in your life or for the collective that will continue to make and shift your big picture as well. So give yourself that time and space, and allow yourself to know that it is okay to change your way of thinking. At the end of the message, we have our oracle card, number card 15, message in a bottle. I love this for all of us. Look at this. We got this message, which is like the phone in the bottle, and is sailing in the sea. We don't know when are we going to receive this bottle, but we know the message we need is on our way. So this might be a confirmation for some of you. If you're still waiting on that reply, on that message, on that idea to come in, or for that revelation to kick in, that message you need to receive, trust that is happening for you, but also know that it's always in divine timing. It's not on our timing, and it's frustrating sometimes, but trust that, continue to believe that, and the message that you need to know is on the way to you. And I feel like it's a positive note as well. So I hope the message helps. I hope some of the message in this video helps you to move through your week and plan your week ahead. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope to connect with you. Feel free to comment below, give me a little like and subscribe, share it with your friends. And if you want to work with me, I offer all kinds of astrology consultation, tarot, akashic records reading, distant reiki and sound healing sessions. If you're interested, email me below in the description box below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great week ahead. See you next time.